Hey friends, Melissa Twigg coming at you from Lake Logan Martin in Alabama the Beautiful, and I have had a lot of questions since my launch telling you all that I was going to be going to South America on a Latin American tour, and so I wanted to answer some questions about that. First of all, I decided to do this because I've always wanted to do something like this, and I wanted to see the world. I've been very fortunate in my life to be able to travel some, and the more you travel, the more you know that there's a big giant world out there, and so I definitely wanted to do that. So I always had it in what I call my marinating tank, and I dreamt about it, and I visualized it, and I felt it. I knew that it should happen, but I didn't know how it was going to happen. I even got to the point where I was sure I was going to go alone. And I knew that was going to be a tough route. Number one, I am a type A personality, so I would have spent most of my time trying to figure out what to do next, or I would have spent my time making sure that I was saving a penny. So I knew that that was not going to work. And I was also, there are objections that you have to overcome. And one of my objections was safety. And so I had a girlfriend come, and I had all these stick-it pads all over the hallway, and she said, "How are you doing with that empty nesting thing, Melissa?" And I said, "I think I'm doing great." And she said, "Well, that hallway looks kind of like a crazy person." But in that hallway I had large stick-it notes from posters, and it was telling me how many days I had left, what I had to do, how I had to do income replacement, what had to be accomplished before I could leave. And I didn't think it was crazy at all, and I still don't, but I did get talked out of it that day, only to be in a position about 4 or 5 months later. But when you have all that energy around something and you're so excited about something, it creates waves. And right before my move, I put my move off from a Wednesday to a Friday because I wanted to watch some people speak on Thursday night in Birmingham at a Toastmasters meeting. And when I got there, 2 of the 3 ladies didn't show up, but the one that did show up told me about Remote Year. And it's REMOTEYEAR, and it's where 30 to 40 professionals travel together, which is number one, my safety issue is solved because I'll always be with somebody. Number 2, I won't be lonely. Number 3, there are people there that are younger, older, and they will be able to guide me. Remote Year also has a person in our group that's like a little team captain. It's always traveling with us, and every country that we're in, and we'll be in 4 countries, 1 country per month, and of course we'll see all we can around that. But when we do this, we will be able to have a couple on the ground that's really accessible to us 24/7, that will allow us, if we need anything from sunscreen or we get arrested, and I'm not going to get arrested. You don't know that, and I don't know that. But anyway, the point is that we have people on the ground and people that help us with everything. And it has been such a huge thing already, just all the things that had to happen, everything from vaccines to replacing income to making sure that I had bills done properly before I leave home, making sure, of course, that my amazing clients were taken care of. And all these things started falling in place. And I've always told my kids, do not be a salmon. A salmon will swim upstream its entire life, beat the hell out of itself going up to the rocks, and then it dies when it gets to the top. If you are floating downstream with your face in the sun and your feet are up, and if you can just imagine that feeling, that's exactly what has happened. And I think it's because I am on the right path. That's how you know you're on the right path, when everything after thing after thing just keeps falling together. And I got a surprise for you too. I got a big old surprise the other day when I was opening an account for my assistant that's taking over while I'm gone, and another hairstylist. I was opening an account, and it was an old Square account, and I had over $4,000 in that account, and they never had sent it to me. And it was just like a windfall. It was just unbelievable, and that's just one more thing that's happened to make me know that I'm on the right track. So we have to find our way we have to fly ourselves to Santiago, Chile, which is where we start the journey, and then we'll have Patagonia. Anyway, my intention is to see as much as I possibly can, and continue to build my social media channel. But we will do all kind of things together. We'll work on ourselves professionally, and Remote Year guarantees an Airbnb. It's $2,000 a month, but it will guarantee an Airbnb. You will get your private room, not necessarily a private bath, but you might. And then it's a co-ed living experience, and they provide a workspace or incubator or business incubator that is less than 30-minute walk always, and they always try to get you in a very great community hub too. And so it is extremely exciting to know that you can work while you're on the road. So it's called Remote Year because the year actually starts in Croatia and Southern Europe. So split Croatia, then you go to Spain, and then you go around to South Africa, and then you jump over to South America, which is where I'm joining. And that journey through Europe is 2.5 months, and then I'm getting on a 4-month leg of that, and then it goes from Santiago, Chile, to Lima, Peru, to Medellin, Colombia, and then over to Mexico City. And then the tribe then goes on over there to let's see, Japan, and I think Thailand, and that kind of thing. So I happen to be on the Latin leg, and I don't know exactly why, but I do know that I really, really enjoy my Latin friends, and I've always had this connection. I love their family. I love the fact that they don't try to get you out of the house. You know, they believe in the grandparents and the great-grandparents and the children living in the house together forever. They just love that. I love how the fathers teach the daughters to dance, and I love how the mothers teach the sons to dance. I love their sense of community and sense of family, and I always think, you know, their homes are always so clean and beautiful. And regardless of how nice the home is, it's just always lovely and always homey. And more than I think all that, I absolutely love Latin dancing. I love how they dance. So I've always been drawn to Latin people. My best friend is Latino too. She's from Panama, and so it is just a really beautiful time for me, and I really want to use this journey to help expand my social media so that I can work on my ultimate goal and really my life's mission, and that is to alter our educational system. We all know there are problems. We all know that we need to do some things, and I actually have a plan, but I have to expand my world, and I have to expand my channel so that I can get to these people who have influence, and I need your help doing that. I am Melissa Twigg, and it's Melissa Twigg Talks is what it's going to be on Facebook. Right now you might see Melissa Twigg because we're waiting on a transition, and that is where my hair is short like it is now. It's not the one where I'm reaching for the moon, because that is my personal channel and I can only have so many people on that channel. So I really want to expand the business side of it, and I'm going to also be Empty Nester. Get it? Melissa Twigg, Empty Nester. Anyway, so this is my brand, and this is a store that I'm building. It's an online store that I'm building in order to help me replace income while I'm gone for those 4 months. And I'm also renting out my place. So I want to share the experience, I want to share the drama, and I want you to be part of my tribe, the Twig tribe I'm calling it. So if you could please help me by liking my channel and following the channel, what will happen is I can approach sponsors and get my face and get my words and vision in front of people who have true influence and who have true money and true abilities that are technical abilities that will be required to do this. It's a very, very, very big project. But it can be done, and it can be done with little people like me and big people who have big money. So I hope you'll like, watch, and follow. And you can also follow on Instagram at MTNester by Melissa Twigg. And I look forward to telling you everything there is to know about it. And if you know somebody that's interested in doing something like this, tell them to go to Remote Year, and make sure that you tell them I sent you, because I think we both get a credit for like $250. It's awesome. Anyway, I hope you have a phenomenal day.